What if Tensura, Frozen Love Rimuru x Velzard? By Rimuru 6360. Love, love, love. Love who? That one person. Who is that person? Tell me, who? The one whose destiny is entangled with mine, to the point of existing as one. Existing as one. Is that even possible? Who could ever love you that much other than me? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Heh, is that even a question, my wifey? Wife, you got married even though you have me. I'll kill her. I'll drive her into madness. You can't, she is already mad, madly in love with me. Madly in love for what? For love. Why, what is the reason? To be loved. By whose permission? By love itself. Chapter 29, Sword Prodigies. Hinata didn't dare to hold back against Rimuru. She decided to give her all from the very start. She summoned the legendary blade, Moonlight, that was given to her by Luminous. The rapier shone like a jewel with a moonlight silver color as she pointed it at Rimuru. Protecting her was her Holy Spirit armor. It is one of the church's greatest countermeasures against dragons and monsters. Seeing her ready, Rimuru also pointed his black katana at her. The katana was not weaker than the moonlight rapier in any way. It was lightweight and sleek, a weapon that could make anyone jealous. I hope you didn't hold back, Rimuru said with a smile as he took a fighting stance. The same goes for you, Hinata replied with her always serious face. And without further ado, she used her unique skill usurper to measure Rimuru's power, and the result was, failed to detect power. She was surprised after seeing the result, because she thought Rimuru was in the same league as Luminous, but she didn't think about it that much. Rimuru didn't even have his universal sense in the clone, so he was forced to use only his eyes. Universal sense helps him a lot in battle, but that was only when he had Seal by his side to accelerate his thoughts. Currently, Seal is not with him, so he was using his eyes to follow her speed. Without any delay, both of them launched themselves at each other. The sound of clashing swords filled the whole area as they continued to fight. Clang, clang, clang. Their battle soon turned into an ultra-high-speed confrontation. All the other people stopped their own battles to watch the clash between two sword prodigies. They exchanged a lot of blows, trying to find a weakness and gauge each other's full limits. No one was able to land a single hit on the other. They were still holding back. Hinata slashed her sword, but every time her blade was blocked by Rimuru's. He had already seen through her attacks, and Hinata knew this, but that didn't mean she was losing either. She had also seen through Rimuru's attack pattern. They both are monsters when it comes to swords. Indeed. At this point, all the subordinates of Hinata and Rimuru had gathered together to watch the battle, and even Benimaru was watching with interest. He already knew that both of them were holding back. He could follow their movements and was sure he could give Hinata a tough battle, but Benimaru was troubled by another thought. There is something wrong, Benimaru thought to himself as he watched. Since when did Rimuru-sama become this weak? No, wait. I think this is only a body double of Rimuru-sama. Benimaru concluded his thought, and a broad smile appeared on his face as he continued to watch. Guess he's not playing around, Hinata thought. Hinata had planned to overwhelm Rimuru with her sword so she could end the fight soon, but Rimuru was easily her equal. No, he was better than her with the sword. It had taken her 10 years to polish her sword skills, and he was countering all of them. The human body has its limits. Only by using magic, skills, and arts to their fullest could one finally duke it out against monsters, and Rimuru didn't even need to breathe. His endurance would never wane, his muscles never ached, and no magic healing was required to ensure that. Heh heh, standing in the same ring like this makes me realize all over again how unfair this is, she thought to herself as she laughed internally. But suddenly her skill showed her a different result, success. Her mood brightened slightly as she saw the result, But when she tried to see his skills, the result shocked her to the core. No skills. She was speechless. No skills? Are you kidding me? She wanted to shout but restrained herself as she tried again, and again, and again. Every time the result was the same, but suddenly a thought crossed her mind and cold sweat started to roll down her forehead. Is he using a clone to fight with me? If this is a clone, then how strong is he truly? I wasn't even able to gauge his clone's strength. Her eyes widened in shock. She decided to give her utmost, speeding up her mind 1,000 times. It placed maximum pressure on her brain, even bursting capillaries, something she handled with self-regenerative magic. In this state, the world seemed frozen to her, but it still wasn't enough. She used the measurer's computer prediction skill to figure out the paths of Rimuru's attacks. And seeing Rimuru's face, he wasn't even giving his best. She wiped away the drop of blood that just dripped from her nose, ensuring it wasn't noticed by anyone, and gathered her breath. If this went on for too long, defeat was guaranteed. Even in her present saint-level status, Hinata's human body limited her. Rimuru POV. Whoa, she is pretty good with her blade. She is even better than Hakuryu. She is equal to me in terms of the sword only. The reason I'm taking her head-on and winning is because of my body. If I hadn't evolved into an ultimate slime, believe me or not, I wouldn't have fought against her this recklessly with only my physical strength. Even my magicule reserve is barely comparable to an awakened demon lord. As I was fighting against her, suddenly her speed and reaction time increased drastically. What? Does she also have something like thought acceleration? I didn't expect it, but thankfully I can still follow her movements with my naked eyes. I was reckless. What? How did she become this good all of a sudden? It's like she can predict my next move even before she can see it. Is she reading my mind? No, that's not right. She is not that accurate. Do you have a skill that can predict my attacks? I bluntly asked her in the midst of the battle. Who knows, she replied to me coldly. She is just like the former me, cold, calculative, and straightforward. She reminds me of my former self. I was very pathetic at that time, and now I realize it. Arg, what's with these skills of hers? She is blocking my attacks like it is the easiest thing in the world. Wait a minute, I think I still have 2 ways to win the battle. The first is to drag on the battle until she completely exhausts herself. She is only a human after all. And the second is to attack her with my maximum capacity and overpower her. Maybe she was able to block half of my attacks, but I'm sure she can't block them completely. My physical strength is no joke, you know. I'm just using the same amount of power as her till now. Wait, I can just outmatch her with speed. Even if she was able to predict my attacks, she cannot block or dodge them because of the difference in speed. Yes, I've got this match. Huh, why is she falling back? Is she admitting her defeat? You truly are a monster. Technically, I'm a monster. I'm a slime, you know. She whispered to herself, but because of my enhanced hearing, I heard her. This is my last attack. If you can block it, you win, she said to me. I nodded. It seems like she is at her limit. She chanted some words like a spell. A magic circle formed in her left hand and embraced her blade as spirit particles started to gather into it. All the magicules in the surroundings started to burn. A purification spell. Here I come. What's with this ridiculous speed? Even with my ultimate senses, I can barely see her movements. I poured half of my magicules into my sword. To be honest, I wanted to pour more, but I didn't have that much time. Here it comes, take this. I clashed my katana with her rapier, as a huge blast occurred from the collision. And the result? Ha ha ha, I laughed as hard as I could. I couldn't believe this. No, more like I didn't want to believe this. Maybe I would have been able to completely block that attack with thought acceleration, but I didn't have any skills in this body double. Sigh. There is no need to dwell on a scratch, is there? Well, it is not exactly a scratch. She was able to cut my hand, and it is more than a scratch. It's a scar. I cannot even heal this because I don't have any skills in this body double. This is proof of her worth. You won, she said. I just nodded in response. But I also showed her the scar she was able to make on my hand with that move. A tie, she laughed as she spoke. But suddenly I saw a bright light as I turned toward the sword that Hinata threw a while ago. Chapter 30, 7 Days. Really, you are willing to go this far just to kill me, Hinata muttered. Kill her? Who wants to kill her? I'll think about that later. First, I have to do something before that sword blasts. Is someone controlling that sword? Why is it coming toward me? Well, you dare to come toward me. Take this. Tang! I heard a loud sound as my katana collided with the strange sword. Well, I just threw my katana at the sword so that it would blast before it reached us, and it worked. Boom! That blast was pretty weak. It couldn't even put a scratch on me, let alone kill me. But who the hell was controlling the sword? Did Hinata know? I turned toward her, and as she was looking to the left, I turned around too. Ah, so these two insects are the ones behind all this. And also that one, what was his name again? Ah, yes, guard. Who are you? I asked in a cold voice. Even Hinata flinched slightly. They both kneeled as one of them replied, Demon Lord Rimuru, we are members of the 7 Days clergy and we have come here to punish Hinata. She dares to defy God Luminous's rules. Luminous, they say, but isn't Hinata a direct subordinate of Luminous, or is my information wrong? Kill all the members of the 7 Days clergy. I got a telepathy message from my real body. His voice sounded like he was fighting someone. What a hassle. Now I have to kill some random chickens. I slowly walked toward the katana I threw and picked it up. You both are members of the 7 Days clergy, right? I asked them with a cold voice, and they both nodded. My eyes then landed on Hinata. She was too tired to fight anyone. Well, if that's the case, then let's finish this quickly. I'm going to start with the mouse first. I turned toward guard and appeared in front of him in a flash. I'm not boasting, but I'm pretty fast even without any enchantment or magic. I struck him down with a single, swift motion. All the people looked shocked. Did I accidentally destroy the field? Oh yeah, now that I think about it, I was moving too fast, and without magic, the shockwave and wind pressure must have destroyed the area. I prepared to move toward the next target, but as I was about to, a gigantic gate appeared in the sky. Tall and full of majesty, the gate looked magnificent, but the problem was, what was she doing in my territory? Don't tell me she just came here for fun. What are you doing here, Valentine? What a cold greeting. It looks like my subordinates gave you some trouble here, she replied to me. Her subordinates, she said. What does that even mean? But then I looked at the 7 Days members who started to tremble. Are they her subordinates? Well, that doesn't matter either way. Stand up. Before I could say anything, the Pope opened his mouth. I am the Holy Emperor, and you are standing in the grace of our God, Lady Luminous. What? Is this some kind of sick joke? Is he kidding? I will surely kill him if he dares to make such a joke in front of me. Master, I heard Hinata say weakly. Master, is she serving Luminous? Wait, does that mean she is serving a demon lord? Wait, isn't the situation here too funny? Ha. I started to laugh as I looked toward Hinata. I couldn't control it. Haha, sorry, but haha, this situation is too funny. All the people started to look at me like I was mad, but I ignored them as I looked at Hinata. Her face was flushed red. I think she knows why I'm laughing. Enough, Hinata shouted, embarrassed. Now Luminous looked interested as she saw Hinata flushed. Sorry, but hahaha, I cannot. Hahaha, all monsters are my enemy, she said. I laughed at her. I will kill. Hahaha, and you called me pathetic that day. Hahaha, aren't you more pathetic than me? You call yourself the guardian of humanity, but you are serving a demon lord. I mocked her. Ah, my heart feels so light now. I think I got my real revenge now. Shut up. While yelling, she stood up and ran toward Luminous. Now all of my subordinates were trying hard not to laugh, but Shin was not that successful. Hinata and Luminous just gave her a cold look, and she stopped instantly. "Oh my, are you making fun of Hinata?" Luminous said with a smile while releasing some of her aura. "Yes," I said without any hesitation as I nodded my head. "She deserves it," I added. All the people looked at me, shocked for some reason. "Ahem, that doesn't matter anyway," I said as I faked a cough. "Listen here, Valentine. They are your subordinates, so I don't care what you do with them," I said, pointing at the 2 remaining 7 Days members. "What I care about is your subordinates, especially her," I said, pointing my finger at Hinata. She trembled slightly as she saw me pointing at her. "They gave me a lot of trouble, so—" "How are you going to compensate me?" I asked, looking her directly in the eyes. A bewitching smile appeared on her face as she lifted her right hand. "Death blessing." Without wasting any time, she killed both of them. Pretty neat if I say so myself. I'm pretty sure Seal didn't miss this great opportunity to learn holy magic. "A newbie like you dares to ask me for compensation," Luminous said with an arrogant smile. "Does she have a death wish, or has she gone completely mad after her subordinates betrayed her?" "Newbie, your subordinates have caused a lot of trouble for me. Give me 30,000 gold coins as compensation," I replied with a scowl, narrowing my eyes dangerously. "Why what?" she asked, shocked. Even Hinata looked pale. "Did I ask for too much? Nah, she is a demon lord. She must have this much money, wouldn't she?" I was about to repeat myself when suddenly a chill ran down my spine, a sign that trouble was coming. I unconsciously looked at Luminous. She also looked pale. "Gather around me, fast," I said to all of my subordinates. They didn't question anything and arrived behind me instantly. Not only them, but they also brought Hinata's subordinates with them. I turned toward Hinata and Luminous. When did they get this close to me? Hinata was practically touching me. I looked at the sky. With swift movements, a person who looked about 16 years old appeared in the sky. They were wearing a black cloak, completely hiding their appearance and even their aura. The only visible things were golden eyes shining under the cloak. But that was not the important character. The character that caught everyone's attention was the person standing behind. She also had golden eyes but with long navy blue hair, red lips, and a beautiful face. No, don't think about her appearance. The aura she was emitting was the real thing. "A true dragon," I heard Luminous mutter under her breath as she became pale. Not only her, but everyone around me turned pale. For them, a true dragon is not something they can mess with. Luminous is the only one who knows just how powerful a true dragon can be. She fought with Veldora a long time ago, or so I heard from him. Even Veldora was a nightmare at that time, but this time it is Velgrind. "Even Veldora is like a chicken in front of her," Luminous said while trembling slightly, her eyes widening in surprise as she gritted her teeth in frustration. She sealed the whole space around us. And my main body drops a bomb on me. Just give me the skill to put a barrier around us. I wanted to shout, but if I did that, Velgrind would find out my real identity. What a troublesome situation. Well, this can't be helped. I have to put on a show, I think. "Luminous, make a barrier. But don't put me inside," I said with a serious look. She just nodded in agreement as she put up the barrier. The air suddenly tensed as a cold chill ran down my spine. "Rimuru-sama," my subordinates shouted worriedly. I just gave them a sharp look and they stopped. They are not fools after all. Luminous also came out of the barrier and looked at the sky. "Why did you come out? If something happens to you, the barrier will break," I lectured her, but she ignored me. Boom! And that was a fatal mistake on my side. A red beam hit her directly in the chest. She tried to resist the beam, but she didn't have enough time to put more magicules into her defense, and before she realized what happened, she was down in one strike. No, she's not out yet, but she Boom! My wicked inner voice. I shut all my thoughts as 3 more beams hit her. Finally, she was no longer in a condition to fight. She was alive, though. It's not like it matters to me, but as a fellow demon lord, I think I should help her. Not because she is cute or something. I'm not that type of person. Throw that thought out of your mind. And the barrier. The barrier broke into pieces. Great, just great. I wanted to yell at her, but I held it inside because of her condition. What is my main body doing? Put a barrier. Huh, is he ignoring himself now? I want to teach her a lesson for acting all arrogant. Now that I think about it, she certainly deserves it. I think there is no need to feel sorry, but still, I have to do something. Hey, what are you doing in my territory? I said as I looked into Velgren's eyes. She narrowed her eyes coldly at me. How dare you invade? But before I could finish talking, she shot a beam of red light toward me. With great momentum, I jumped slightly to the left and was barely able to dodge the attack. I'm glad I'm fast otherwise. Boom! A huge blast occurred behind me. It shook the whole Jura forest and destroyed a large part of it. But why do I feel like I've forgotten something? Shit, I forgot about my subordinates.